Can I do the intro?
Yeah.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. This is the spoiler review for the new Spider-Man Brand New Way Home, Brand New Day
Brand new day.
movie that's out in theaters right now. It's been out a couple days.
Since last Friday.
Steven and I have both seen it and have our viewpoints on it. And this is the spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this yet.
Or watch it. You're going to enjoy it no matter what. I enjoyed the film.
I enjoyed the film. I have
many problems with it.
It opened up so many things. You're talking to a real MCU fan here, long term, and Steven and I haven't dived deep in on our Marvel stuff. So have you seen the other Spider-Man movies?
Actually, since COVID, I used to go to movies like twice a month, all year round. And then when movies returned, came back and the theater was back open, Spider-Man's the only thing I've seen religiously.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
They're worthy of my money.
It's tied to the MCU, but it's not. It's also not the MCU at the same time because it's Sony.
It's Sony. I know the weird rights things.
But in this movie, you got Punisher, which is a show from Disney Plus, or it used to be on Netflix. You got the Hulk making an appearance.
Yep.
Who else was just randomly there? I mean,
Jean Grey was there.
So that was that was the big talk of this movie before it happened. Sadie Sink was like, people were thinking, what are you going to be? They were, what's that word? Speculating. Is she going to be Mary Jane? Is she going to be a new redhead Mary Jane? Is she going to be Black Cat? And people were, it kind of must have leaked. Everybody thought she was going to be Jean Grey. I personally was like, there's no way she's going to be Jean Grey.
And it wasn't well done. The injection of the character, honestly.
Well, I thought I was surprised to see it. I was very surprised to see X-Men with Spider-Man, and they've been teasing X-Men into the MCU for how long now? Like, Disney bought Fox like 5 years, like before COVID.
It's been about 10 years now.
Yeah, because it
was right before they did Star Wars.
The first X-Men we got in the MCU was in WandaVision. That was like a post-COVID Disney Plus show.
Who was in that? Which X-Man was in WandaVision?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, technically she's yeah, okay.
But her brother is Quicksilver, so they literally had the Quicksilver brother.
Neither of them is an X-Man. Those are the bad guys. Like, I'm sure in the comics at one point they were an X-Man because everyone's swapping spit.
Their dad is Magneto.
I know.
Yeah.
I know the X-Men pretty well.
So you mean they're not X-Men? They're not like part of the team.
They're not part of the team.
They are mutants.
Yeah, they're part of that comic book franchise.
Yeah,
that's where they came from.
Yeah. So you got Quicksilver, and then anyways, it's taken a long time. You got Deadpool and Wolverine, so we finally saw Wolverine in the Deadpool movie.
Finally, and it took 20 years to get the yellow suit.
And we got Professor X in Doctor Strange as a variant. You got, what's his name? Luke Picard, Patrick Stewart. He was in...
Who, before he was Professor Xavier in the first movie, everyone for 30 years knew he was going to be Professor X.
That's true. I used to read Wizard magazine, and they selected him 10 years in advance.
Oh, shoot. I mean, the moment we all saw him in Star Trek, we thought, okay, who would be the best professor? Bam, this guy.
It was the perfect casting. And, I mean, he's kept that role and the Picard role for the last 40 years. So, I mean.
Yeah. And they've ruined one. Let's hope they don't ruin the X-Men, the Professor Xavier, whatever. That's Star Trek ranting.
So I just thought, they're going to have the old X-Men characters, and now we have a brand new Jean Grey in.
Why the hell not? Jean Grey has been 3 people now, and now she's a young girl.
And they've actually cast this week 4 other actors. They have a new Cyclops and a new Gambit and a new Emma Frost and a new Rogue, and those are kind of speculated, but 2 of them are like official. So they're going to start introducing new X-Men into, I guess, the Spider-Man world to start. But it's also going to be in the new Doomsday Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But they're also, at the same time,
we're gonna have character fatigue, man.
Patrick Stewart is in the Doomsday preview right now.
Okay.
He's on the trailer. So they got all the old X-Men characters and now the new X-Men characters coming.
I hope they don't just kill him to tug at our heartstrings. They do that so much. Disney goes, hey, remember this character you really love? Oh, too bad he died.
If you watch the preview right now, it looks like he's about to die. There's like there's like a big like universe blowing up in front of him or something. But,
oh, great. Okay. Yeah. Hey, kids, remember that character that we haven't put in the movie yet, and he's got no story for... Oh, he died. Remember him? Now, do you have the feels?
Mm-hmm. Well, they have to die at some point, but
yeah,
they all want a worthy send-off.
A worthy send-off?
Yes.
But Disney doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Disney just goes, hey, let's tug at their emotional heartstrings with, hey, remember that character? Dead.
I would hate to see that, too.
We did. Disney, I'll never forgive you for what you did. Episode 9.
Episode 9 killing.
But that's another rant. So, okay, let's start with the first act.
Okay.
Of Spider-Man. Great intro.
Yeah, really cool. It was like
Peter's lonely.
We saw the last 5 years. He's no longer Peter Parker. He's only Spider-Man. And you see all the people he's been fighting and putting in jail for the last 5 years, which was... leading up to this, you're like, oh, is Scorpion going to be the villain? Is Tombstone going to be the villain? Are the Red Hand going to be the villain? But it's like, no, that was all the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen more Tombstone and more Scorpion.
And that was badass.
Definitely more Tombstone.
I like that quick badass stuff.
I get it. And they nailed the Peter's lonely. How did you feel about him being chummy with the police? Masked vigilantes typically do not get along with the police. Like the Batman kind of set this all up.
Right.
He's the in many ways the archetype mass vigilante. Him and Jim Gordon kind of work in secret, and it seemed that Spider-Man could just show up to any crime scene, and everyone's like, "Hey, Spidey, how you doing?" And yes, Spidey-Man is far more loved than Batman. I kind of got like when he's at the crime scene and then not trying to bust him or anything like that, but. The tight
he has
relationship.
Saved the world. He's literally saved the world
several times, and he erased his bad record with the memory spell.
Yeah,
so,
they I guess basically they all know him as the good guy, and I kind of saw her as the Jim Gordon. Is that his name? Jim Gordon.
Yeah, Jim Gordon. Yeah.
Because we only knew that he was talking to her. Really, I didn't see him.
And it wasn't a public relationship, but it seemed more cheery than I'm used to. So it wasn't off-putting. It's just something I've made note of. I noticed it. My subliminal went, that's weird. I'm not used to seeing like, and in the comics, I've watched the cartoons. I've read a little bit of the comics. He's never that chummy with police.
Right. And
like,
it's
not on a personal level.
It's a whole new Spider-Man because he's not working at the Daily Bugle yet.
Yeah, he's not even. Yeah. He doesn't even work. Where's he get his money to pay for that? Is he taking a little bit of extra cash, or did Aunt May leave him some money? Or
I was wondering what happened to Happy Hogan, which was the Jon Favreau character from like the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, Happy Hogan. Yeah.
But basically, no one remembers him at all. Nobody even knows he existed. So, however he has money, I don't know. But
he could have just had a trickle fund from Tony Stark set up.
He's got all the special gear still too, so.
Yeah, and he's got the replicator and the ability to fix his machines. And Peter's always been a scientist. He got a leg up from the Tony tech that showed up to help him out. But I really wish we could have gotten more. And you know what? Honestly, the Scorpion character, I'm not going to say it's a miscasting, but I'm not feeling it with the guy who played him.
The guy from Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Nacho. Yeah. Ignacio.
They kept it so short. They kept it so short it doesn't jar too much.
Not only that, but mostly from the cartoons, Scorpion's an idiot. And he's mean, but that actor has chosen to lean into the I'm a complete like dead-eyed psychopath kind of thing, and he that kind of goes against the dumbass that I know that the Scorpion kind of is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know that much about the Scorpion character, so I never saw, like, I don't remember him from the cartoon or anything.
Well, that and okay, Doc Ock when they showed him in the first trilogy, or the second movie,
one of the best villains of all time.
One of the best villains. When he's using his arms, you could see like he's got two arms braced on the ground when he's lifting stuff. You know, he's not doing it with his legs. This bothered me.
Okay.
When Scorpion's using
this is a legitimate complaint.
It's physics. Like the Scorpion's like crushing Spider-Man against a truck or the wall or whatever with his tail, but all he's got is his legs to hold him down, and that's not how physics work. Like he doesn't have super legs.
That tail, is probably thousands of pounds. So yeah.
Yeah. So it just, while in the second Spider-Man, they did so much effort to make sure that at every scene that Doc Ock was like throwing a car, his other legs were like bracing kind of thing.
I think those were a practical effect at some of
a lot of it, yeah. There was like 18 puppeteers working on those things at any given time.
Yeah.
It was they did a great job on those back in the day. Now it's all CGI and a couple of wires,
That's probably my favorite Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus, because he's just a great villain, and it all just seems real and doesn't take you out of the story, and nothing's corny about it. And I always like Spider-Man 2 the most.
Well, it has also the emotional moment where, and Spider-Man always has the ability to tug on the heartstrings very well. Something about the character of Spider-Man is easy to get emotionally manipulated by.
That's why he was such a popular character to begin with. Like, he had a real life. He was a real teenager who had real problems.
Yeah, and the writers love giving him, traditionally Spider-Man has, God has a vendetta against him. And when I say God, I mean the writers of Spider-Man. They're like, hey, Spider-Man's happy with his beautiful wife, the super hot supermodel redhead that like doesn't care that he's only a photographer for like a couple bucks here and there. She loves him for who he is. Oh shoot, she got sucked into another dimension. Lost forever.
Yeah.
Or oh no, Mary Jane, still the same story, supermodel, super hot, loves him for who he is. Oh shoot. His sperm is radioactive and it killed her. Just like,
it's a tragic story.
Yeah, why? Yeah. Spider-Man's not allowed to be happy. So this movie nailed the miserable Spider-Man.
Oh, it really did. It really did.
Any thoughts on the first act?
He's all alone. Well, I was gonna say, as the part of tugging on the heartstrings, is the part I always like is like from Spider-Man 2 is like when he saves the train and his mask comes off and they all see who he is, but they're like all agree to never share who he is.
He's just a kid.
Yeah. They kind of had some moments in this movie kind of like that, like when he's at the
hospital.
End. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll admit I'm a manly man. I can go to funerals and not cry and all this other shit. But I've cried at a lot of Spider-Man movies because there's a moment in there like everyone on the train helping him out.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, yeah.
He's just trying to help the world, and everybody's trying to kill him all the time.
Oh, God, yeah. Including the writers of the movie.
We all have to work together. New York all has to work together to fight these villains.
Yeah, New York doesn't seem like such a shitty place when Spider-Man's involved. Just don't open your newspaper about New York.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll just say that first act was, where he was fighting everybody, and then he gets the big bad, which is this voice inside of the mind who can take over people's personalities and attributes, and you really don't know who it is. I mean, right from the beginning, I'm like, is that Jean Grey? Is that how Jean Grey operates? Like, that's not traditionally like.
Well, it is. Yeah, we're spoiling it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we said
rewind
that. Everybody saw it. Everybody who watched this. Yeah.
Rewind it 2 minutes ago before we started spoiling you. It even worse.
Yeah, no, it's spoiled. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And actually, I thought that part was great. of like, oh shit, who the hell is this going to be? Because I didn't watch anything on the movie.
Right.
My YouTube feed was completely filled with Halo campaign involved hate. So I didn't get the Spider-Man Brand New Day spoilers.
Right,
so I was free of spoilers because Halo really screwed up their franchise, and that's what my YouTube feed was all about.
Well, even with that spoiler out there, or that idea out there, that possibility out there, like that was still an interesting way to do it with Jean Grey, which is like you don't know who it is; it could be anybody, and then you're like, maybe it's Jean Grey, maybe it's not. But for you, you're like, oh, it could be anybody.
It could be anybody, yeah, because I had no foreknowledge of this of the movie.
And even same here, I was just like, I don't know if they're going to go that direction, because they kind of you started to see shadows of a woman, and you started to think, oh, it could be, Jean Grey. So
yeah, it could be anybody. It could just be somebody, a new character that I've never heard of, never seen in the MCU. They're not below or above introducing a new random character to be the bad guy. So a body jumping bad guy. Okay, interesting. Where are they going to go with this?
And that was around the time when you got into this damage control. Which was kind of that guy, and the whole scene, you kind of knew it was bunk
right off
the
bat.
Yeah,
Come on, Disney, write them better.
Yeah.
Like, make them mean at the very beginning. Like, oh, how can I help you, Spider-Man? I love you so much.
Right. It was, the censors went off, I think, probably for everybody that he was not a good guy.
No.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like, not only that, but Spider-Man has a spider sense. He usually can, he shakes somebody's hand. He should be able to like, like
they're
the
like
tingle,
literally murdering people in that building. So
something. So damage control, which we'd never heard of before. No. It's this, terrorist organization. Well, no, terrorist control organization where they deal with metahumans and control them. So, I don't know. I didn't like damage control.
Yeah. The whole concept is like, okay, yeah, we're turning the hand over. So this, I don't know. The hand is like from Punisher or Daredevil, I think. And so they're like these major villains. And then when Spider-Man walks in there and sees them as villains, turn to heroes, he should have red flags. Like, oh, that doesn't make that much sense. But anyways, we move forward.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, these guys are good at, switching bad guys into good guys, and bad technologies into good technologies, and Spider-Man's going to work with them and not be skeptical.
Yeah, it's not S.H.I.E.L.D. And S.H.I.E.L.D., where's S.H.I.E.L.D.? S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been in the Spider-Man movies up until this point.
Yeah.
So why aren't they looking into this type of stuff?
Dude, S.H.I.E.L.D. is a whole other story. I don't know. S.H.I.E.L.D., didn't S.H.I.E.L.D. become, didn't they go over into becoming like the Red Skull? What's the opposite of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Hydra.
Didn't they become S.H.I.E.L.D. Wasn't it revealed S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra?
Well, I mean, at one point in one of the TV shows, that's the thing. It's just too much.
Yeah.
There's too much Marvel content,
Yeah.
and it's not just movies. They're also on TV, and they're all the whole. And you got too many different writers involved, and they're not all calling each other and making sure that everything connects.
Well, I think that they are to a large degree, but basically they just avoid whole things because it's like S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra and it doesn't exist in the universe anymore, I think. So they have to create a new
they're gone.
thing. Yeah, they created a new thing.
So yeah, damage control, it exists in this movie alone.
As far as I recall, yeah.
Yeah. And it might never be mentioned again, ever again, except for like one of the random TV shows that 5 years from now will have like a crate with damage control on it, kind of in the background, a throw.
Because we all love damage control so much.
Oh yeah, a throwaway Easter egg kind of thing. So yeah, damage control was just a made up entity for this movie, and they had the shocker glove. And it was kind of, and then, you got the body jumper who's at war with damage control. And you're like, okay, it's obvious that damage control is probably the bad guy. So now the body jumper is like, I'm not on their side because, they're stealing bodies. And I mean, at one point, the body jumping could be like, guy jumped in front of a car and died.
Right.
But
Well, yeah,
whatever. We'll get into that. That's second act.
Yeah, so the tank was heading at damage control to let everybody loose, right? Or was it towards the jail or damage control?
Yeah, I don't think no one escaped damage control.
Right.
No one escaped.
That
And
was
you thought when the tank went in
yeah,
that half the people would escape.
right.
No, the tank was a distraction to get into the building to steal to body hop into Scorpion, who pops up later early in the third act.
Yeah.
So second act, we get into Peter Parker feeling a little bit more lonely. He's kind of wallowing. The police lady's telling him, "Oh, you should maybe like make friends.
Right.
Like this is all you do. And his DNA is starting to revert, and he's losing control of his DNA, and then the technology.
This might all be after having him. He went to the party to see MJ and saw MJ had a boyfriend.
Yes,
and that triggered his
spider DNA hormones explode,
mm-hmm.
and he loses control. And we see Flash for like 4 seconds, not even.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being an actor where you got the biggest role of your life,
mm-hmm.
and you're kind of like the high school foil of Spider-Man, and 10 years later, like you go from like 15 minutes of screen time in the movie,
right,
to 3 seconds where you're Mary Jane's quasi love interest that she's kind of in a situationship with, because it's like it was kind of a lame kiss,
and everybody's gonna hate you forever because
fuck that guy. I never liked him in the beginning. Anyway, I'm glad to remember what he looks like now as an adult, so I can hate him as an adult. Yeah, so his limelight's done. He kissed MJ at a party that Spider-Man is at, Peter Parker is at, as Peter Parker, and the emotional flood of post puberty, like
heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak affects Peter in a way where all of a sudden his spider DNA is manifesting, and he evolves, and it starts making him get angry, and
his web slinger starts coming out of his wrist.
Yes,
just like the original Spider-Man 2000 movie.
Yes,
which was already comic inaccurate, because in the comics,
yes,
he makes his own webs, but in the movies it comes out of his wrist. So in this movie, his powers evolved to the point where it's coming out of his wrist again.
Yeah, which I thought was it was kind of clever. The whole multiverse thing is such a cheesy thing, but whatever. The ability to shoot webbing out of his wrist is great, because in the cartoons and the comics, him running out of web fluid has always been a writer's way to give him more conflict. Mm-hmm. Like, I could beat this guy, but oh no, I'm almost out of web fluid.
Right. Well, you wonder how he has so much.
Well, it's tiny little canisters.
They talked about it in this movie. Him and Ned talked about how it's nylon or whatever, but
yeah. And so the second act, this movie meanders around.
Well, it has so much going on. So now at this point, I think Punisher was already introduced, and now Hulk has to be introduced now, because he's going to go get an inhibitor. He's going to ask Hulk about his inhibitor.
Yeah,
to inhibit his own powers.
He wants to talk to the Hulk about suppressing the bad DNA from spiders, and he learns about the Hulk inhibitor.
And him and Hulk have a 5-minute conversation, which allows him to, fully make the technology to.
It only takes 5 minutes of talking and just speaking, just saying, like, looking at it, and the Hulk barely responds in the way of, oh no, it's actually this and this and this and this and this. Spider-Man, like Peter Parker, just throws out a whole bunch of theories, and the Hulk just kind of goes, oh yeah. Oh wow, you're a smart kid. You're not a student here.
I know.
Yeah.
In this universe, again, the flags would go up. You would think, is he a villain? Is he trying to do something nefarious? But anyways, he gave him the benefit of the doubt, and then Spider-Man went and created an inhibitor for himself that could inhibit his own powers, Hulk's powers, and mutant powers. And all from like household items that Punisher also had.
Yeah. He didn't even do it at his own super lab. He did it at a bomb making factory.
on the second time. Yeah, the first time he did it at his, and then it breaks, and then
but it overheated, which
Mhm.
was basically a weak version of going. Well, he'll fix it later. Don't worry. Like, and we all knew he was going to fix it. Like,
Mhm.
and then Mary Jane threw out like because she's a super genius too.
Right.
Because everybody in
She
this movie is a
majored in
super
like
genius.
biology for a year or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
so
So
she
she
knew.
knows how to fix an overheating microchip without even looking at it. Why don't you just do this technobabble thing? There's a
Mhm.
lot of technobabble.
Well, she deciphered that it was the little glasses in his mask that were
Ah,
giving
yes.
the radiation that was making it go over the sensor, or whatever.
Which they never showed him actually like adjusting. I guess
Mhm.
his own Edith or whatever, Judith or whatever the fuck it is. What's his
Edict.
AI's name?
I don't know.
Edna,
Yeah, something like that.
whatever.
So they
She'll be
figured
gone
that
by the next movie.
they figured that problem out,
Yeah.
and he had to go. Well, what happens next? So Dark
Uh,
Phoenix. Well, she starts embodying.
it's revealed that it's Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Uh, they captured. He captures footage with his AI and is able to
Oh, the other
label
one
it.
who was in there was Scarlet Witch's sister. So that was the blonde in the hot tub. That was
Yeah, I
Scarlet
guess
Witch's sister.
she's from one of the other films.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the Undesirables or whatever
The
the hell.
Undesirables, the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. It was
Yeah.
a diminished name.
So she was another character that was thrown in there. Yeah.
Yeah, just throwing characters in.
Yeah.
Um, and Samuel L. Jackson apparently was unavailable because I know that man loves a check.
Mhm.
You know, he loves checks.
He's off in space. I think
He's off in
canonically he's off in space somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think
my planet needs me. I
Yeah.
must go. Whoop. Jeez. So yeah, they're trying to create this character. They're trying to shoehorn her in. I don't care who she is. I didn't like her that much. Uh, she's a hot tub queen.
little naked time for the viewer.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to a Spider-Man movie for that. You know, I want to see New York. I want to see
Yeah.
Spider-Man suffer and have to sacrifice his like love life or his job. I want to see Spider-Man suffer, apparently. That's the Spider-Man story for me is Spider-Man can win the fight and the battle but suffers himself. Personal sacrifice.
Well, this is when it starts to happen. So Jean Grey takes over Mary Jane's body,
Yeah, Jean Grey's body.
and he doesn't know. He doesn't know that it's Mary Jane for like 20, 30 minutes.
Actually, I thought that was clever.
Yeah, they're flying all around
Yeah.
New York, and then she says that she remembers him. She put it all together.
Yeah, just from one kiss.
Mhm.
From one kiss, she remembers Peter Parker. She kisses him, and then, oh my God, Peter, where have you been?
Mhm.
And then Jean Grey reveals that, and I thought that was good,
Mhm.
because I did not want to see all of a sudden one kiss and then, like, boom, everything's back to normal.
Yeah. So you like when he suffers. So he was suffering at that point. So
I don't need him to suffer,
No, I'm
but,
just
I get the feels when Spider-Man suffers.
yeah, no, it was very, very sad, emotional. The thing he wanted the most in this world, for Mary Jane to remember him, it happened, and then it was taken away from him.
Yeah, imagine you're Flash,
Mm-hmm.
and, you've got this super cool chick you've known for years from high school. You don't even remember Peter Parker at all. Like, and then all of a sudden, like, she goes web swinging with with fucking Spider-Man. I mean, how do you compete with Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man came by. Well, Spider-Woman, because I'm a straight guy. Spider-Woman starts swinging me around all around town. Like, yeah, I would, I don't know. What would Spider-Man woman look like?
He's a jerk, anyways.
Yeah, we don't like him. I try to look at it from his eyes, and I don't like him. So,
Well-
rooting for you, Peter.
So, but yeah, so there it was. It was not Jean Grey. It was not Mary Jane. It was Jean Grey.
Yeah, and then in the third act, after he saves, he saves her from the mind jump. He takes her to the Punisher's secret Riverside warehouse,
Yeah.
which, I mean, the real estate out there is so damn expensive that the Punisher could just like camp out at an abandoned shipyard
Mm-hmm.
in a tugboat. And now the Punisher is a super nice, like family man, family oriented guy. The way he speaks, he's no f-bombs, no, it's just like emotionally available and connected.
Yeah. It's the friendly Punisher.
Friendly Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen that before. Like, that doesn't exist in the comics. That doesn't exist anywhere.
Not as much of a badass. Yeah.
Even in the comic, even in the cartoon from the 90s, he wants to kill everything. He's a killer.
They actually said, I saw that like they didn't even show his full skull because in China we're not allowed to see skulls. So like it's like made out of knives, like the skull on the bottom's like made out of knives, but it's not even the full skull.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Uh,
But he was, he did his job. He was trying to kill everybody, and he had lots of bombs and guns. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they toned it down, I thought it did a good job.
I actually would watch Punisher now that I saw him in this movie. I would go back and I would want to see what he did in the show.
You haven't seen the show?
I have not seen the show.
Oh, okay. He does a good job. He embodies the Punisher pretty well.
Most I know about Punisher is, he's got the skull and the guns, and I never actually watched any of it or read any of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite part of the Daredevil series wasn't Daredevil. It was the Punisher and the Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
The Kingpin, the actor, the Italian name guy from Law and Order SVU. Man, he's such a good. Yeah, they ruined it later on, like they always do.
When did they ruin him?
I forget. One of the 15 shows.
Hawkeye?
It might be
He
Luke
returned
Cage.
In Hawkeye. That's where I saw him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, I mean, at one point he's in prison, but he runs the show. Scary, scary man. I always loved the story of a man going to prison, like, as a low-level guy for prison standards, and then taking over. Something about that story.
That's kind of, okay, gotcha.
Love it.
That's the Kingpin origin?
Well, no. I mean, at one point, Daredevil takes him down. He goes to jail. People are like, we're going to eat you alive. And then, now they're bringing him his breakfast with, like, tea.
Is that
and
his,
crumpets.
like, power? Is he can just, like, manipulate everybody?
He has no power.
Yeah.
He has no power. He's just a scary man that looks fat, but it's
He's
all
the
solid
big guy.
muscle. And you could come up to him and start stabbing him, and the knife doesn't go far enough, and he'll, like, grab you and put his thumbs through your eyes pretty well. Yeah, he's a very scary man that, and then, he's got the connections that you'll die in your sleep or whatever. He'll make it so that you get out of prison tomorrow, and then you get brutally murdered, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a power to me, but I mean, it's not official power.
It's not a superpower, but it's just power.
So I'll just flash forward.
Real power.
I'll just flash forward through this whole third act. Punisher's in there, Hulk's in there, Jean Grey's in there.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Jean Grey is. It turns out the Damage Control is the villain all along.
Exactly. Damage Control, predictably, is the bad guy.
And Hulk tries to help. Punisher tries to help. Jean Grey continues to be the enemy. She has to go into Spider-Man's mind. He finally lets her in, and they become friends. And
Aunt May is there to teach Jean Grey that she's loved and she's special.
I like that part. I like that stuff. I mean, it's like sharing your soul with somebody. He shared his soul, and she got a piece of his soul and his aunt, and was like, that helped her get through what she was going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this little pep talk made her so she's not evil anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people that she victimized, all the people she injured and killed and whatever, completely forgiven.
Oh, she's still evil. I think she still wants to kill it. She wants to kill Damage Control. She still does. I forget what happens to the bad guy, the African-American gentleman. She had all the glass going out his head, and then did he end up dying?
He's in jail or something.
Yeah.
They sent him to jail.
I don't know. She fucked shit up. She might have killed everybody in that building. I'm not sure.
Okay, so she does unspeakable horrors. At one point, while she's like an extra angry, everybody within a kilometer is locked up. Can't remember Logan when Professor Xavier like mind freezes everybody because he's in like having a seizure.
They can do that. They've done that in multiple X-Men movies.
Yeah. So she does that. So a whole bunch of people probably died from that.
Right.
You know,
right.
taxi cab drivers, you
People just
know,
having
with the
heart
foot on the
attacks.
gas pedal, heart
Never heard
attacks,
from 'em again.
people falling downstairs, all that kind of stuff. That's okay because she's a sweet, innocent will girl.
Well, no, I mean, this is something that happens in comics, which is characters come in as villains and then they have to be changed over. It takes time to become the hero, you know. But a lot of them start as the villain.
Yeah, Vegeta blew up planets too, and we all like him.
Who?
Oh, Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jean Grey as a villain, that's not a big stretch. She's been a villain in the comics before, but she has this trade over into. Now she's hopefully one of the good guys.
Now she's a good person.
Now here's my big issue with the movie. If did we get into all the issues you had with the movie?
Oh no. I mean, I'm complaining as we go, but there's definitely some issues.
Well, my main issue is it's a great movie. I love Jean Grey. I thought that part was done well, and I like seeing Hulk and Punisher. What I don't like about these movies is they didn't set anything up for the future. It's like we don't know. They don't have that moment where it's like this is what's coming next. Like the end credit scene that you didn't stay for. It was barely anything.
Yeah.
End credit sequence was a big nothing.
He's going to go to a war planet or whatever.
You had Hulk, you had X-Men, you had Spider-Man. We have no idea what's happening next. There wasn't like a cameo of like Professor X coming in, taking Jean Grey, or Venom coming in, or specifically, we don't even see what happened to Hulk after he fell off the building.
No, he went back to Bruce Banner and was peaceful. He didn't go on his own separate rampage.
So they barely just kind of wrap things up. He does like a quick handshake with Ned or whatever. You'd have no idea what's happening next. And in these movies, I just wish that they would just tease. Like the best ending of a movie is Batman Begins. In Batman Begins, they tease Joker coming.
Yes.
And it was like you have 3 years to just be excited that Joker's coming.
Well, that's the problem with so many writers. They probably, for all of these movies that are in the MCU, they probably have a master Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's one person who like holds it tight and like, you know, will open it up.
They have like a story group or something where they all get together. Yeah. They have all these Bibles and they all have to discuss and make trades of what characters are allowed.
What can't, because if they allude to something too strongly at the end, because you know what, they don't have to do anything with the after credits, you know, thing. That could be just a total.
Well, I mean, even the ending is like in a horror movie, they had like the villain comes back, or like Batman Begins. It's like Joker's coming. We were on to our next assignment. It's like we all know that more sequels are coming and more movies are coming. It's
after making nearly $2 billion in a couple of weeks, more will be coming.